Check, check. Prestige worldwide. I'm just kidding. All right, so question of the day. You're looking to get an e-bike, which first off, congrats, that's awesome. I wasn't super into these, to be honest with you, at first, especially coming from, you know, I was riding an S1000 RR before, and ended up selling that, and was out without, I should say, was without a bike for about 8 months. And getting back into the swing of things, I'll get another street bike down the road. I tracked my S1000 a ton, which really, you know, spoiled me. Street riding kind of became bland at that point. So ended up moving on. Get another one down the road, be track focused only. So I prefer, you know, tracking my motorcycle. So getting one of these was, I don't know, I was nervous. I was gonna spend, you know, $4,500, which this is mine right here, the Talaria Sting R MX4. Excuse that noise in the back, making a pizza. But anyways, so that's my bike. Funny enough, my girlfriend rode it and then she went with the XXX, which I know is really hard to find right now. So I'm gonna kind of make a video after riding both and let you know my honest opinion, you know, factoring price as well. But at the end of the day, you know, these bikes are awesome. No matter which one you pick. I went with the larger MX4R just because I'm a bigger guy. I'm 6'4", 230 just about. And I wanted the larger frame. That way I didn't feel like I was super cramped up on it. So that's why I went with this one. Pretty much the same motor, slightly different batteries, you know, to make it easy. I'm sure there's other technical videos out there to break that stuff down. But as far as that goes, let's kind of compare the two, I guess you could say. So naturally, obviously, smaller frame, larger frame. I would recommend this more so if you're a bigger guy like myself. It's just gonna feel more at home, especially if you have ridden before, so keep that in mind. With that as well, I would say, you know, the tires that come on here, not great. The brakes that come on here, not great. That goes for this one as well. That's stuff that you're gonna probably be upgrading really quickly into the ownership of it. I haven't. You probably see my videos of just kind of hot lapping it, but I'm just wearing this thing down in stock form, and then we'll do some modifications as time goes. So with that said, I think they just made a price increase on the XXX. I think this one's like $32.50 now, compared to, I don't know, maybe 35, 36, or 45, 46, excuse me. So, you know, decent gap in price. And to be honest with you, I mean, depending on the riding that you're doing, that's really what I would say is gonna differentiate, you know, the two of these and which one you might wanna go with. But with that said, this one is narrower, it's more nimble, obviously with the Supermoto tires. You know, you get better grip on the street. So if you don't plan on doing any sort of off-road riding at all, 100% buy the XXX. Even if you are 6'4", 230, okay? So even if I was doing this again and I had zero plans of taking the bike off-road, 100% would go with the XXX. Save yourself the, you know, I don't know, off the top of my head, probably like what, $1,200, $1,300 difference in price, give or take. But at the end of the day, that's a good amount of money, especially when you're looking at the cost of the bike in general. So with that said, I would then go with the XXX. Super plush, super comfortable. You know, you can adjust the suspension as you please. If you're not jumping it, then that stuff doesn't really matter. The bike doesn't go fast enough to the point where, you know, you're gonna need beefier suspension or you're gonna need a beefier rear shock, and it's just, it's not. You're not gonna need it. Now, as far as modding these go, you know, I'm sure the aftermarket these are brand new bikes, but I'm sure the aftermarket will catch on with these, and they'll be putting out the similar stuff like the KO stuff that you can get for the MX4. So, I mean, with that said, I would take the XXX. Now, I do sometimes jump this. I sometimes take it off-road. But honestly, I get an absolute, just a kick out of riding these just on the streets and just being a hooligan on the streets. You know, practicing the wheelies and stuff. It's a lot different wheeling this than like a leader bike, which, you know, I could wheelie those, my S1000, pretty much all day long, as long as the road was long enough. But these are different. They're lighter. You know, you get a little bit more sway. I mean, my rear tire is inflated, you know, a good amount. So if I take pressure out of that, that'll help with, you know, leaning one way or another. It gives you a little bit more flatter, solid base to ride the wheelie at your balance point and be more comfortable. So with that said, I ended up making a change to mine, which I've got riser bars coming, which will be a big help just because I got long arms. So when I do jump it, it will be, you know, a little bit more comfortable, especially with standing up and riding too. But I did go with the Warp 9 setup here. Let me readjust that bad boy so you can see. But I went with the Warp 9. It's great because you can adjust the pegs. So I did drop mine a little bit lower than it was with stock. Gives me a little bit more stretch in the leg, which still, you know, I'm a taller guy. So regardless, the bike is going to fit you smaller than like a 250 dirt bike and a 450 and stuff like that. But these more so compared to bicycles rather than motorcycles, but you can take a lot of great things from riding these, like I made in a previous brief video, which I'll elaborate more on as kind of, you know, as I go. But with that said, I'm gonna end up changing. I'm gonna change out the rear wheel, front wheel, put the Supermoto stuff on, and my goal is to just drag knee on this thing, use it as a training aid for, excuse me, the larger bikes on track, because that's really where my passion lies. Jumping it and stuff, that's cool. You know, I'm 30 years old, so as I get older, you know, the risk to reward with that stuff, you know, falling and breaking an arm or whatever, just doesn't sound super appealing. But what does sound appealing is getting low, getting the fundamentals down, dragging knee. If you've never done it, highly advise getting a suit and doing so. And I think this bike would be really a great bike to do that on, to practice. Before I started riding track, I took a class with a friend of mine who learned, you know, how to really ride. Shout out to you, Adam Zisa. Awesome guy, but he trained me, you know, really how to ride fast on a track, you know, fast on a track, not fast compared to like Marquez and all them, but you know, he really trained me how to ride and manipulate the bike, maneuver the bike, let your body and everything kind of act as one with the bike. And I learned on a CR, I believe it was a 125, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe like a 110. It was a small bike, much smaller than this. And he had it equipped with, you know, Supermoto wheels and tires, and he would, you know, take you out and you would just do real fundamental, you know, drills. Using cones in an empty parking lot. And after 2 1-hour sessions, so 2 hours of training total with him, I went from being, you know, what I thought I knew what I was doing on a motorcycle to really knowing what I was doing on a motorcycle, with proper head position, body position, making sure, you know, just everything with getting the bike to essentially corner, brake, accelerate, the whole shebang, how you want. You riding the bike rather than essentially the bike riding you, if that makes any sense. So with that being said, I'm going to equip my bike with the same wheels and tires. I'm going to teach my girlfriend when she gets a suit and you know, all the gear needed, but I'm going to teach her how to, you know, drag knee, really train on this bike, and take it out on the track on a bigger bike, because she rides a Ninja 400 right now, or sorry, maybe 300. So I'm gonna use it as a training aid, which is awesome. And the best part is, you guys, is these things are nearly silent. So, I mean, you can go out and practice in a parking lot. Technically they're bicycles, but no one's gonna give you a problem. I've passed state troopers, cops, you know, the whole rigmarole, and no one's giving me an issue. In fact, most people stop and ask, what are these things? So, you know, if you're an experienced rider, if you're a new rider, I really, really strongly recommend these. Great foundation builder to move up to larger motorcycles if that is truly what you want to do in the end. If you want to commute on them, highly recommend, as long as, you know, you can get to and from work. Even if you can charge at work, that'd be awesome. But, you know, obviously they're not, you know, as fast as motorcycles. So if you are riding them on the road, please be careful. You know, it'd be really embarrassing to get smoked by a Prius, you know, because you can't get out of its way. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, anyways, so a few more mods to come on mine. Again, Supermoto wheels and tires. And then as far as that goes, the handlebars will be coming as well. That way, you know, it's just a little bit more comfortable for me, being a larger guy. But if I were to go back and do it again for what I do with it, honestly, guys, for the money difference, it's really hard to argue with the XXX. Both fantastic machines. Have ridden both. I haven't taken this one too much to the extremes yet because it's virtually brand new and it's my girlfriend's, and out of respect to her, I'm just not gonna risk, you know, wrecking it. So this one, you know, it's been down in the dirt, just having fun with it. But once it is equipped with what I'm, you know, gonna set it up with, I'll make sure I get you guys some content as far as drills go that you could do that would benefit you on a large motorcycle if that is the way you want to go. And then as well, you know, just some other content with Dragon Knee and try to make it fun. I'm new to this whole, you know, uploading videos thing, so I don't have anything to edit it with right now, so I apologize. It's just kind of a raw cut, but maybe I'll get a computer and do all that fun stuff the more I get into it, and if you guys want to see that stuff. So I know it sounds cliche, but yeah, leave a comment below. You know, if you want to subscribe for future videos, obviously be much appreciated. But yeah, let me know what you want to see, because we got two bikes right here, both from, you know, Talaria. The newest one's out, so if there's anything you want to see, let us know. We'll try to make it happen for you. But take care. Other than that, I'm out.